Good evening, everyone. It is I, Treasure Troller from the militant state of Michigan, and I thought I would do this vlog, a ride to work vlog, and you can see some of the scenery of West Michigan. So tonight I wanted to talk about the vice presidential nominee for the Democrats and why it doesn't make any sense to be the VP candidate, and further gives me hope that my prediction will come true that Hillary is going to be the nominee. So here's the thought process behind this vice presidential candidate. I don't see anybody that wants to have a political future running on this ticket. I mean, mostly because at the end you get to run against Donald Trump and having Joe Biden as the presidential nominee. So you're going to spend, let's say the best case scenario is, well, there is no best case scenario. So whenever the nominee has been appointed or vetted and accepted to be the running mate, you have to spend that time between when you accept the nomination and the night of the election running cover for Joe Biden, the human gaffe machine, explaining what he meant, what he was trying to say, along with trying to get out your message. And something tells me that the vice presidential candidate is going to be the most hotly contested candidate in the election, the Democratic candidate. To me, the reason being, who really sees Joe Biden, let's say, winning the election and staying in the Oval Office for 4 years? Can anybody realistically see that? I think that the vice president nomination is really the presidential candidate in waiting. And that brings up a couple other problems. I mean, do you accept the nomination and then, let's say at the Democratic convention or shortly after that, Biden drops out of the race and you become the presidential nomination? Or do you ride through this storm of gaffes and embarrassments and maybe somehow Joe Biden wins the election, and then you're waiting for the cabinet to pull out the 25th Amendment and remove him from office? Is that really your plan? To either, I guess, go on a promise that Joe's going to drop out, or they'll remove him from office afterwards? I mean, if they think that highly of you, wouldn't they just tell Joe to get out now and give you the nomination? So I think it's and like I said, I don't see anybody that wants to have a political future running on the ticket with Joe. So that really leaves people that really have nothing to lose by accepting the Democratic nomination as the candidate. And that one, of course, is Hillary Clinton. And she would be more than happy to run against Donald Trump. She is probably more left than Biden, which would appeal to the liberals, the Bernie bros, She's still, I mean, relatively moderate, so she wouldn't lose much of the Joe Biden voters. So I think it makes a pretty good alternative to Biden. Now, kind of getting back to the nominees, what female politicians out there would be willing to accept the nomination that might be appealing? I mean, I eliminate just about every one of the ones that have been mentioned. As far as Elizabeth Warren and Klobuchar, I mean, they ran and they were beaten. Nobody wanted them as the president. So I just don't see how you want to take someone that even the liberal left didn't want as their candidate. They wanted Bernie. So to me, the only female politician out there that I think is somewhat of a compromise to all this mess is Tulsi Gabbard. And no one's mentioning Tulsi's name. I think she is, as much as I disagreed with her candidacy, she ran on the as a liberal, as a leftist. She garnered very little support, but she's still farther left than Biden. She did support Bernie Sanders in the 2016 election, and the Democrats hate her. So if the Democrats hate her, that may mean that Never Trumpers would like her. It means that she may garner some support. I think she's, with her military experience, I think she adds strength to the ticket. As far as political future goes, I mean, she's been, a representative from Hawaii. I don't see a lot of upside to her political future, her political career. So I think she could be a rather appealing candidate for a lot of the Democratic voters, and she still is on the left. She supported Bernie before, so she could get the strong Bernie support. She's farther left than Biden, which would make the liberals happy. I think she would be. She gives a strong message as far as on the military-industrial complex and security. So I really think that Tulsi would be a good vice presidential nominee. I mean, actually, that worries me. If there's anybody out there that worries me as far as on the Democratic side, it's Tulsi Gabbard. So the only thing Tulsi's got to do is get rid of that gray streak in her hair. I just wish she would get rid of that. That Bride of Frankenstein look, it's not appealing. She needs to get rid of that. Other than that, I think she's a strong candidate, and she does worry me, but like I said, at the end, they have to face Donald Trump. And once again, that calls in the political future after surviving all the gaffes, and you still have to face Donald Trump, which that in and of itself should scare away a lot of potential candidates. So that's my take. Like I said, I still believe Hillary Clinton is going to be the Democratic nominee for president. And with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.